Simmons is Vice President of Policy at the Institute for Energy Research. He's in Washington now. Daniel, the biggest gathering of world leaders on this subject ever. Are you any more hopeful they will produce anything more than they have in the past?
Not really. For President Barack Obama, he very much wants to get a climate deal. However, it is one of the most important things for his administration, but he has two problems. First of all, the U.S. Senate will not go along with any deal that raises prices, energy prices for Americans. And even though China has said that they will let their carbon dioxide emissions peak as soon as possible, what that means when you actually get to the negotiating table is yet to be seen.
China, I gather, is one of the worst offenders in terms of figures, but is trying to present itself at least as a world leader now. Any hope in that?
Well, the number one thing for China is they want to grow their economy. They want to pull their citizens out of poverty. They want to be an economic superpower, and that is the number one thing. There are 1.3 billion people around the world that do not have access to electricity. Many of them are in China, and providing them with electricity, no matter what the carbon dioxide emissions, is one of the most important things for their government.
The U.S. economist Jeffrey Sachs, I know, is special advisor, of course, to the UN Secretary General, also director of the Earth Institute at Columbia, has said that both the U.S. and China are profoundly irresponsible. Do you share his view?
I don't share his view, mostly because I think it is critical for poor people, whether they are abroad or even in rich countries such as the United States or the UK, to have access to reliable, affordable energy, because that makes people's lives better. I mean, energy is a fundamental a part of the economy, a fundamental part of our lives. And if we can reduce carbon dioxide emissions over time, I think that's great. But it is critical that we have access to energy to get our economies going again, instead of mired as they have been for a number of years now.
And yet, I'm sure you know the figures better than me, but governments worldwide, I think, are subsidizing fossil fuels to the tune of about $600 billion a year. Not much is going to change, is it, until that starts to change and move towards renewables?
That is a real challenge, and much of that comes in the oil-producing countries, where Venezuela or Saudi Arabia, where gasoline prices are dirt cheap. That could go away, and that would definitely help reduce carbon dioxide emissions. It would also be a real challenge for some of those countries, because the social bargain that is made in those countries is that they produce oil, but they also get it at very cheap prices. So that helps prop up the governments in those countries.
Daniel Simmons, thank you very much.